The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Act 1. The Illusion of Wealth. Money is everywhere, but almost no one truly understands it. We chase it, flaunt it, fight over it. Yet few ever stop to ask why. The truth? No one is crazy about money. Every belief we hold comes from our own tiny slice of experience. If you grew up in scarcity, risk feels dangerous. If you grew up in abundance, risk feels like opportunity. A millionaire in Silicon Valley and a farmer in India can read the same headline and take opposite actions. It's not intelligence, it's perspective. We think we make rational choices. In reality, we defend emotional histories. Our financial lives are shaped by chance. The decade we were born, the inflation we witnessed, the job market we entered, the crises we survived. To understand money, you must first understand people. And people are not logical machines. They are storytellers. And every dollar we spend tells the story we believe about ourselves. Act 2. Status and the Invisible Game. As a young valet, Morgan Housel parked Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and Rolls-Royces. He thought the drivers were heroes. Then he realized something strange. He never once admired the driver. He admired the car. That's the illusion of wealth. We buy things to signal success, hoping people will admire us. But they don't. They imagine themselves owning what we have. No one is impressed by your possessions as much as you are. Real wealth is what you don't see. The money not spent, the car not bought, the vacation postponed. It's the quiet accumulation that gives you options later. Spending to look rich is the fastest way to stay poor. Rich is income. Wealth is freedom. Rich can vanish with a layoff. Wealth endures because it's hidden. The problem is that we learn by imitation, and it's hard to imitate restraint. You can see a mansion, you can't see a savings account. That's why the loud often look rich, and the quiet often are rich. Act 3. Saving, freedom, and time. You don't need a reason to save. Save because the future is unpredictable. Save because control over your time is the highest form of wealth. Building wealth has little to do with income or investment returns. It has everything to do with your savings rate. It's not about how big the paycheck is, but how small the ego stays. Housel compares it to energy. Humanity survived the oil crisis not by finding more oil, but by using less. Likewise, you get wealthy not by earning more, but by needing less. The gap between your ego and your income is your savings rate. Shrink the ego, and the gap grows wider. That gap is freedom. Freedom to walk away, to wait, to rest, to think. Money buys the tangible, cars, houses, things. But the intangible, peace, time, independence, is worth far more. Every dollar unspent is a future hour you control. That's the secret return of wealth. Flexibility. Act 4. The Reasonable Human. Finance textbooks worship rationality. But you're not a spreadsheet, you're a person. You get tired, emotional, jealous, afraid. That's why reasonable beats rational. A reasonable plan you can stick with will always outperform a perfect plan you abandon. Harry Markowitz, the father of modern portfolio theory, split his own money 50-50 between stocks and bonds. Not because math said so, but because regret would hurt too much otherwise. Do what lets you sleep at night. Because endurance beats brilliance. The best investors aren't the smartest, they're the most consistent. And consistency requires emotion in balance. Enough love for your strategy to stay loyal to it, but enough humility to adapt when the world changes. Act 5. Surprise and room for error. History is the study of surprises, used ironically as a map for the future. Things that have never happened before happen all the time. The Great Depression, the dot-com bubble, 9/11, the 2008 crash, each was unthinkable until it happened. So why do we plan as if tomorrow will copy yesterday? The smartest investors expect to be wrong and prepare to survive it. That's called room for error. It's not pessimism, it's realism. Ben Graham called it the margin of safety, the buffer that keeps you alive when the world refuses to match your forecast. Buffett calls it sleeping well at night. Bill Gates called it keeping 1 year of payroll in cash. You don't win by being right all the time. You win by staying in the game long enough for your odds to matter. Act 6. The End Game. At the end of it all, money is a mirror. It reflects who you are, not who you wish to be. People think they want $1 million. What they actually want is freedom, respect, peace, and control over their life. Those don't come from spending money. They come from understanding it. Wealth isn't an event. It's a relationship with time, ego, patience, and fear. It rewards the calm, punishes the greedy, and hides behind modest doors. So, when you see someone driving a Ferrari, remember, they may be rich, but the truly wealthy one is the person you don't notice, because they're too busy living life on their own terms. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, in comment section, write which book would you like us to summarize next.